I don't care about Star Wars anymore, and it makes me sad to say that. Like a lot of people, Star Wars truly held a special place in my heart. It meant more to me than just the movies. It was really special, and I never thought that I would feel so indifferent towards it. Disney will announce a new show or movie, and I feel nothing. We've been fed nothing but mediocrity. Shows that feel like they were made with the bare minimum effort, bare minimum budget, no love or care put into them. They just feel hollow and soulless. Obviously, there's a couple of exceptions. Andor was fantastic. Bad Batch is really good. Tales of the Jedi was like bringing the Clone Wars back. Like, not everything's bad, but it feels like a vast majority of what we have received, especially lately, is subpar at best. I wanted to love Ahsoka, but that show might have been the last straw. If you liked it, that's awesome. Happy for you. But for me, the show has no stakes. I never felt like anyone was in danger. And I'm so sick of people getting stabbed by a lightsaber and being fine. It makes it mean nothing. Why would I ever be invested in a fight if no one will even die or be seriously injured if they're stabbed by a lightsaber? Remember Kenobi? When Reva was stabbed multiple times by a lightsaber? And then 5 minutes later, she's running across the deserts of Tatooine chasing Luke? Like, it doesn't mean anything anymore. And Thrawn, for example, a famous villain from the extended universe that we are constantly told to be afraid of, and that he's this genius, but he has never done anything to make me believe he is this scary, smart villain. Not in Ahsoka, not in Rebels. Dude was constantly getting beat by Scooby Doo and the gang and then acting like it was all part of his plan. Like, yeah, sure, bud. You can't just tell me that someone is smart in a show or movie and then not actually show me that they are smart. Like, I could say, I'm the smartest person alive, um, but I'm just going to consistently show you that I'm a complete dumbass, and that's never going to reinforce that I'm this genius that I claim I am. Plus, every Star Wars movie they announce a new Star Wars movie, it feels like every couple of months, and they never get made. How many have been announced and we will never see them? Remember when the Game of Thrones guys were getting a Star Wars trilogy? Remember Rian Johnson's movies? I'm really happy that those never happened. Please keep that man away from Star Wars. He arguably started this never-ending pitfall of disappointment that we've been in with Star Wars for years now. But also, The Mandalorian, what a lot of us saw as one of the few bright spots in Star Wars, has completely failed with Season 3. They had a great ending with Season 2, and it was all ruined, all because the suits wanted more Grogu because he makes more money from merchandise sales. God forbid Star Wars lets a character rest when their story is over. And Book of Boba Fett, he just had his own show completely taken from him in the last few episodes to be Mandalorian 2.5. And what bugs me about that so much is you had a genuine ending to Grogu's story. You know, I mean, maybe not like definitively, you could always bring him back in the future, but I feel like you need to give that time. You don't immediately bring him back and undo the entire point of season 2 just because Kathleen Kennedy says, Grogu makes money, put him in the show again, we need him back. Oh, you don't have a story for season 3? Or you had your own idea for a direction you wanted to go? Too bad, throw Grogu in it. That's how I feel like that decision was made, because it does not feel like that's what the creators of that show wanted to do. After watching season 3, you'll never be able to tell me that that's the story they wanted to tell. It meant absolutely nothing, was a waste of time, and was just a poor carbon copy rehash of season 2. I mean, I do like some of the animated stuff. Tales of the Jedi was just fantastic. One of my favorite things that Disney's done. And obviously, Rogue One has a really amazing third act, and I enjoy that movie as a whole pretty much. And Andor, obviously, is just kind of above and beyond anything else Disney has done. Like, it doesn't even feel like it's Disney Star Wars because it's so high quality. But the big one that I've realized ever since it aired, I've just been incapable of getting excited about anything, was Kenobi. How do you fumble this badly? You have Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen coming back, and you make the absolute worst effort garbage show. I mean, did they even read these scripts? Did they even watch the show? How is it that someone watches Kenobi and they're like, yeah, that's good. Slap it on, send it out. It's great. How? It doesn't make sense to me, man. One good moment in Kenobi does not save this show. I remember being really excited when Deborah Chow, I believe was her name, was announced as the showrunner because I remember her Mandalorian episodes were really great. But after watching Kenobi, she kind of proved to me, and I assume others, that she was obviously not ready for a showrunner role. The show just has zero heart in it, and it just feels like corporate greed. People love Baby Yoda. Let's throw in Baby Leia. Let's throw in Baby Luke. Oh, people love the hello there meme. Let's throw that in there. It just doesn't feel genuine. It feels fucking forced. But these constant disappointments have just broken me when it comes to Star Wars. Knowing that Disney doesn't even care about the IP. They're just milking it for money and more money, but even then, they don't even know what to do with it. Remember that Star Wars hotel? That's gone. They priced us all out and then realized, oh, seems like people can't afford multi-$1,000s for a hotel that only lasts 2 days. Galaxy's Edge, as cool as that place looks, I can't afford to go. It's set in the sequel era, so instantly, I imagine there's a lot of fans like me that have no enthusiasm for that era of Star Wars. But I mean, it looks cool, but it's just decisions like that just don't make sense. I don't even need to really talk about the sequels. We all know that they were just a complete mistake that have arguably done more damage to the brand than any of these bland, lifeless Disney Plus shows have. But when I think about Star Wars now, I'm not excited. I just don't feel anything. I mean, I'll probably watch whatever the next show comes out because there's not really anything good on TV anymore. It's just a bunch of people, not just Disney. I feel like almost every show and network and streaming service, they care about quantity over quality, and I don't feel like there's anything good. There's nothing currently airing that I feel like I could definitively say, you should watch this. I can't. There's nothing that I have watched that makes me feel that way. And we can never go back to when it mattered. And I don't know if we can ever get back. We've been flooded with some of the most soulless entertainment for almost 10 years now when it comes to Star Wars. Yeah, people were excited about The Force Awakens even though it was a pretty shameless rehash of A New Hope. Disney's only created a few things that I feel like we could all, for the most part, agree were pretty good. And even then, the things that a lot of fans could agree are good, like Andor, you still have this subsection of fans that will say it's boring. And I know you can't please everybody, but it's just not fun to talk about Star Wars anymore. And, I've ranted long enough, and I'm sure that I will forget something that I wanted to say. But what are your thoughts on Star Wars now? Are people like me just blinded by nostalgia and want to go back to the old days? Leave a comment below and let me know.